Homeowners associations. They're the groups that promise to keep our neighborhoods clean, peaceful, and perfectly organized. But let's be real. Sometimes, HOAs don't just enforce rules, enforce absolute control. And when that power goes completely unchecked, the results can be shocking, petty, and downright unbelievable. Today, we're recounting down the top 10 craziest real HOA rules that people actually had to live with. These aren't myths. These aren't exaggerations. These are real stories from real homeowners who found themselves living under some of the most absurd rules ever written down. So, let's dive right in. We're restarting our countdown with a rule that sounds like it was ripped straight out of a comedy sketch. This HOA banned all visible fences. Not broken fences, not ugly fences, not even unsafe fences. All fences. Now, homeowners were allowed to have dogs, but the HOA insisted that every single fence must be invisible. The problem: invisible fences don't stop other dogs, or coyotes, or even curious kids from wandering right into your yard. And they definitely stop your own dog from sprinting into traffic if the collar battery suddenly dies. One homeowner begged the board to let them install a small, simple wooden fence after their dog escaped not once, but twice. The HOA flat out denied it, and then fined them for failure to maintain pet control, because, apparently, the best fence is the one you can't even see. At number 9, we have the HOA that decided nature itself needed a strict dress code. This community allowed flowers, but only 3 specific species were approved. If you dared to plant anything else, even something as harmless as tulips or daisies, you'd get a violation letter. One homeowner planted a small, beautiful patch of bright red tulips. The HOA fined them because the flowers were, and I quote, too vibrant and disrupted the visual harmony of the neighborhood. Just imagine getting fined because your flowers were too pretty. This next one actually made national headlines. A California HOA forced all residents to keep their garage doors wide open all day, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And why? Because they wanted to prevent people from illegally renting out their garage spaces as extra bedrooms. The result was pure chaos. People's personal belongings were completely exposed. Packages were stolen right off their shelves. Kids were wandering into garages that weren't theirs. After one incredibly long week of this madness, the city finally had to step in and shut the rule down. But for 7 long days, that entire neighborhood looked like one giant, messy yard sale. Coming in at number 7 is the HOA that declared war on sidewalk chalk. A family let their kids draw some cute flowers and smiley faces on the sidewalk, the kind of harmless chalk art that washes away with the very next rain. The HOA sent them a violation notice, calling it graffiti and visual pollution. The kids were confused. The parents were absolutely furious, and the HOA just doubled down, claiming that chalk art creates an unprofessional appearance, because, apparently, nothing ruins a neighborhood's professional image like a 5-year-old drawing a sun with sunglasses on it. Number 6 is a classic HOA power move. Now, some HOAs ban overnight parking on the street. That's not too uncommon. But this one banned overnight parking anywhere. Outside, including your own driveway. If your car wasn't safely tucked inside your garage by 10 p.m., you'd get a fine. One homeowner had just moved in, and their garage was completely full of boxers. They parked in their own driveway for just one night and woke up to a $75 violation notice. The HOA's ridiculous explanation: driveways are not for long-term vehicle storage. It's your house. It's your driveway. But the HOA says otherwise. And if you're enjoying this insane countdown so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because the top 5 rules on this list are truly unbelievable. Kicking off the top 5 is the HOA that sucked all the joy out of the holidays. This community allowed Christmas decorations, but only white lights, a single wreath, and 1 bow on the door. Anything else, instant fine. One family put up a small, cute, inflatable snowman. The HOA fined them $100 and said the inflatable was unnecessarily whimsical. Another family hung colored lights. they got another fine. Imagine living somewhere where a small committee of your neighbors gets to decide exactly how festive you're allowed to feel. At number 4, we have the HOA. That banned pickup trucks entirely. Not old trucks, not rusty trucks, not even commercial work trucks. All pickup trucks. One homeowner bought a brand new luxury pickup. It was clean, quiet, and honestly nicer than half the cars in the neighborhood. The HOA still fined them because all pickup trucks were considered unsightly. The homeowner asked for a reason. The HOA's response was that trucks lower the community's perceived value. Meanwhile, the neighbor's 1998 minivan with a missing bumper and a dented side panel. Totally fine. Number 3 is the HOA that micromanaged grass like it was a military inspection. Lawns had to be exactly 2 inches tall. Not 1.5 inches. Not 2.5 inches. Exactly 2. The HOA board would literally walk around with rulers and measure people's lawns. One homeowner cut their grass to 2.25 inches. They got fined. Another resident let it grow to 2.1 inches. They got another fine. Just imagine living in a place where the height of your grass is monitored more closely than your actual safety. Now, at number 2, we have the HOA that banned bird feeders. Why? Because, according to them, bird feeders attract wildlife. Yes, a bird feeder attracts birds. That is literally the entire point. One homeowner had a small, lovely feeder in their backyard for years with no issues. Then, the HOA suddenly changed the rules and fined them hundreds of dollars. When the homeowner asked why, the HOA claimed the birds were creating an unregulated ecosystem. Whatever that even means. And finally, at number 1, the craziest, most unbelievable real HOA rule ever recorded. An HOA tried to evict a homeowner because they lived alone. Yes, you heard that right. The HOA had a bizarre rule requiring at least 2 occupants per home, all in the name of community balance. The homeowner argued that they owned the house, paid all their dues on time, and weren't breaking any actual laws. The HOA didn't care. They claimed that living alone violated the spirit of the community. The case actually went to court, and thankfully, the homeowner won. But the fact that the HOA even tried this tells you everything you need to know about unchecked power. HOAs can help keep neighborhoods looking nice, but sometimes they go way, way too far. From invisible fences to bans on sidewalk chalk, these rules show just how strange things can get when a little bit of power goes straight to someone else's. If you want more insane HOA stories, neighborhood drama, and unbelievable real-life rules, make sure to subscribe because I have plenty more coming your way. Thanks for watching.